Welcome to another episode of Broad Ghost Vlog. This is the 1st of September 2024. Summer is over, but nevertheless, we still have a few months of the year ahead, and so many things are happening that I always ask myself, when can I do it? But let me update you on the status of the day of what has happened since yesterday. I finished watching the TV show called Belgravia 25 years later. It is the second season of the series Belgravia. This one, the original one, was produced and I think also written by the creator of Downton Abbey. But the second season did not really have his involvement. And you can really notice it. I'm a big sucker, a big fan of anything by this person, by, I think his name is Sir Julian Fellows. He's really good in telling historical stories, in creating like some drama and so on, and talking about societal problems, class divisions, and so on. This second season, you could really notice that he was not very involved or not involved at all. Because, to be honest, yes, it was interesting, entertaining, but it was not the same. It was not the same level. And many decisions that they decided to do not really make sense when you think about the first season and what was the outcome of the first season. But still, if you want to see a British TV show, if you are into that, and also you are into historical dramas, then check it out. I would say it is maybe like a 6.5 out of 10. That would be like a fair assessment. Parallel to this, I have been watching another TV show called Based on a True Story. This is more like a comedy, this is an American comedy of a couple that they are trying to find success. They have maybe like a not so successful life compared to their peers. The classic, everyone is doing better than I'm doing. And their solution for that is, let's do a podcast. And not any type of podcast, but a true crime podcast. And as things go, they will be somehow involved in a podcast connected to a killer, and the killer is somehow with them and so on. So it's very, very entertaining. It's quite funny. I actually can recommend it. I have not finished watching this first season, but I think that is a good way to spend time. On top of this, I just bought a floor mat. I just bought a floor mat, so here maybe we can see it. Let me flip the screen. I will flip it, and maybe you can see here. You can see that I got this floor mat, so it is 1 inch thick, and also you can see here my my kettlebells. I have two of them, and also my yoga mat. So with this, what we have now is that I am able to pretty much exercise right next to the window, get some nice sunlight and so on. But also another benefit that I had is that I am otherwise standing on hardwood floor, and this is not very comfortable compared to, for example, having here now a cushioned mat. Very convenient. In other news is that I have been coding heavily for AI Product.engineer, so the community that I'm building together with Jens. So there have been a lot of things happening there, but it's always something where it's like a non-stop things to do and so on. I also want to do a live event, my first live event for the community in September. I'm a bit running out of time because I want to do it by the 17th of September, and now we are already on the 1st of September, and I have not yet announced it, I have not yet promoted it, and so on. So definitely I have to do it today or tomorrow, the latest, otherwise it will be too late. And the other update is that at work, I was taking off Thursday and Friday, such that I will have a bit more time, longer weekends, such that I could focus on building the community, on a lot of coding and development. But now the summer is over, and as a result, I have to go back to the routine. Let us see how that impacts my productivity. Let us see how I can progress and do things. But otherwise, I would say this is it so for today. If you're bored, then go and watch Belgravia 25 years later. That is the name. But if not, if you want to watch Belgravia, just watch the first season. I think the first season is very nice, and also how it concludes. It doesn't really require a second season. I don't know in the end what they decide to do a second season. I would say just watch the first one. If you really enjoyed it, then and you don't have anything better to do, watch the second one. But otherwise, also check out this one that is based on a true story. You will like that better one. Actually, before we leave, there is something that I wanted to discuss with you. It is that I noticed that the cactus plant, this agave plant, this yucca plant, might have some root rot. I'm not sure. Let me show you and we can decide together if this is the case. So if I flip my screen, you might be able to see here, you might be able to see if I approach to the tip of the plant, you can see that this plant has, let me try to focus here. You can see that the plants have the tips, not all of them, some of them only. The tips have um, have some darkening, some browning, but not all of them, you can see. And this might be indicative, you never know. The internet is never sure, but this might be indicative of root rot. I want to do something about it, so I already ordered neem oil. I also ordered soil. We will be, so I want to check out the roots so that I can take it out and then cut any root that might not be anymore in good condition and then do a repotting. It's having a very wild thing with weather these days, where right now it's like 28 degrees, it feels very hot, but also it's having very humid. And this type of plants, they do not like a lot of humidity. You can see how large it is by now. So let me here show you. You can see how large it is. And this type of plant needs they need around 40 to 50% humidity. Right now, if I look at the humidity is somewhere around 70 to 80%, much higher than what these plants require. And I suspect this is having an impact on them. Other plants that I had also in the bathroom, they were also not very happy. I had to move them because there was just too much humidity in the bathroom. So this is the next thing, the next project for the next days, to check out the roots and if necessary do some operation to keep this very beautiful and very large yucca plant happy and healthy. So with that said, now we have covered the topic of the day. So then see you tomorrow for another episode of Rod Goes Vlog. Remember to like, subscribe, leave your comments, tell what you like and so on. See you tomorrow. See you next time.